Good morning, everybody. I'm Wahyu from Denpasar class B1. Today, I'm going to present an English language teaching with the topic internal factors affecting language learning, in which it's gonna be focused in intelligence, age, and native language. Alright, I'm gonna start with a question and a fact outside that we usually find. There are fast and slow learners. And then, why are they having different level of understanding and language mastery then? Check this one out. According to Alsaya 2003, a language is acquired differently by each person. This is actually affected by internal and external factors while they are learning the language. Okay, we start the focus. It's in internal factors. The first one is intelligence, the second one age, and the third one is native language. For the intelligence, this is focused in linguistic intelligence, but let's define the intelligence itself first. Intelligence means that someone's ability in problem solving and ability to think creatively. This is according to Erlina et al. 2019. And then Gartner 2011 also define intelligence itself as a differentiation of each human being. So each person possesses different level of intelligence. And then what is that actual linguistic intelligence? Alright. This linguistic intelligence is actually one of 9 intelligence proposed by Gartner 2011. That linguistic intelligence is connected and needed by brain to receive information and clearly comprehend it. So while we're learning English or while we're learning language, this linguistic intelligence is really needed by our brain. It will help us to receive information, process it, and then comprehend it or understand it. And then Gartner 2011 and Erlina et al. 2019, they showed up 4 indicators of linguistic intelligence that is really important and has its own function one by one to understand the language. There are rhetoric, and then mnemonic, explanation, and metalinguistics. Alright, the first one is rhetoric. Rhetoric, this one is an ability to use language to convince other people through public speaking. Okay, this is connected to speaking skill of someone who is learning a language. And then this rhetoric indicator affects the learner speaking, in which students might show nervous sometimes while they are speaking, and then mispronunciation, have a bad grammar or anxiety. That's because there's intelligence on their own. So it's really affecting the students in having a speaking. And then the second one is mnemonic. This mnemonic is actually an ability to memorize information in form of verbal and written information. So what are skills involved? It deals with listening, of course, because we receive information from many sources, and then we listen, we process it, and then we understand the information. And after we listen and receive the information, we have to write down, and we're able to write down the information well. And that, of course, it's related to the reading skill, because the more we read, the more we'll be familiar with the words, and the more we can listen and also write down the things that we listen. So the more we read, the richer vocabularies that we have, and then the abilities to listen and write also have an improvement. Next, the third one is explanation. Explanation is actually the ability to use language to convey information. So this connects us to reading skill, which requires learners to be able to present materials that they read before, and then it is not only doing a presentation but also telling the content of a book and telling the information in poetry, and also able to read riddles. Next, it's metalinguistics. Metalinguistics here is kind of special because the ability to use language to discuss the language itself. What does that mean? This is showing like how much learners put interest in syntax, phonology, semantics, and pragmatics actually. So the learners are able to analyze words' meaning and then make connection between words and meaning. And then they also have an ability with metalinguistic. They will raise a lot of questions about language itself. So the more they are being curious, and then the more they will be success in learning a language. Alright, the second factor actually is age. According to Sun 2019, it said that adult learners tend to perform well on cognitive, meanwhile children show better in pronunciation. Well, actually, yeah, both of adult learners and also children has their own specialty in language learning actually. And then another opinion, another research came from Finn and Finn 2016 that children who learn a language are better at pronunciation, fluency, and grammar, in which because they are faster receiver in implicit learning. For adults, they know their purpose in learning already. It's called conscious learning, and then that's why they can be better because they have a massive input before and analyze better. And then Finn in Finn 2016 also said that the prior knowledge processed by adult learners like richer than what the children have. Another thing is that children are considered as a better learner because they have like a lot of chances or opportunity to explore, but it must be followed by a good teaching and learning strategies since in the beginning. So that's why the more they learn, the more they know the language and explore, it's gonna be better in the future for them because it involves time and also points of doing best at. As we know that before that adult learners and also children have their own specialty in learning, whether they're better in the pronunciation, better in analyzing something. So yeah, so age is really considerable in this kind of factors. Next, the native language. The native language actually we know this is gonna be the first language of someone before they know the second language or the foreign language in language learning. And then this is actually really internal factor that affect them in learning a new language because it gives the positive and negative effect to the target language learn because they know their first language first, and then it will give the positive impact because we know that sometimes the first language has the same structure and also the way to think in target language. So that's the positive impact given. Meanwhile, the negative one is like one is not, there is no differences, there is no similarities. During the processing, transferring from first language to the target language, and it's supported by SHATS 2017. The language transfer is happening from native language to target language. Yeah, so that's why while they're writing, the students sometimes do translation one by one word, which is actually, this is not really good, because sometimes we cannot like translate one word to one word on the target language, and it causes interferences. This interference sometimes affect their mastery in English, because it's not actually always one by one word it can be translated. So yeah, native language is really giving effect, or give an influence while they're learning target language. And then other than that, yeah, so thank you. Well, for the internal factors, it's actually coming from inside, and sometimes talking about intelligence a lot, because they possess it, and that's their property of the learners, and then they explore themselves in language learning, and then age also mentioned, and also the native language before. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for the chance given to present this material. It's such a nice to explore about intelligence from Gardner and also from other researchers. Okay, thank you so much and have a nice day.